sorry.
something.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, can you burp not into the mic?
I'm trying not to.
Today's episode is gonna be a random episode. I know all of them sound random. Shut up. But the point is, this one is we got a bunch of names in a hat. I don't know any of the names. Luke wrote them down, so they could all be shit.
I went to the IMDb list of actors and actresses and basically just jotted down who I thought would be funny to talk about.
And he also put down the titles.
Yeah, so I randomized some titles as well.
Oh, God.
So
Anyway, I have no idea.
most of the titles are based on what I saw in the room. So
I love. So I'm shaking up the hat.
So this is our actresses. So this is our lead female character.
They're mostly actresses.
Those are all actresses. And then I got a list of men.
Oh God, Courtney Love. Is this men?
Yeah, so that one's the men. I'll take out of the women first, and then we can.
All right.
Okay, so I got Betty White.
I'm into that.
Okay, now put the men in the hat. Stick it in, and I'll shake it up.
Shaking it up. Why don't you go first with the men?
I'll go first for the men. Jack Nicholson.
Oh man, this is gonna be a dirty old people. I'm older than you are.
Yes.
Al Pacino.
So you got Al Pacino and Courtney Love. All right. Okay, so
all right. So
I really hope
now we're getting a title
that we get some good titles, because these are kind of just shit titles. I know which one I want for you.
Kissing the War Goodbye.
Because of the photo of the guy.
By the way,
that's the one I wanted.
Starring Al Pacino and Courtney Love.
This is the one I wanted for you.
What is it?
Backdoor Bandits.
So who's in your back? Jack Nicholson
and Betty White are in Backdoor Bandits.
All right. Okay.
Okay. So these are your leads. This is the plot. This is basically the name of the movie. Feel free to add any other characters. I need to kiss the war goodbye. Okay. Come on.
He's 21 Tan in this movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's going? Cause I don't even.
You can go first.
I don't even know,
because I don't know either. Mine's just gonna be like a dirty porno with Jack just reeling Betty.
Oh yeah.
Hey, coming in the back door. Yeah.
Oh my. I'll give you a golden shower for your golden girl. I feel dirty for saying that.
Yep.
You're welcome, though. That's material for you. Oh, Al Pacino, Courtney Love, Kissing the War Goodbye.
Kissing the War Goodbye.
Well, it's about Kurt Cobain.
All right.
No. This is a story about love and loss. And war, obviously. Kissing the War Goodbye. This is a movie. We should do another drawing after this.
You should, I mean, we can keep these names, but you can write a bunch of stuff down too, if you'd like. Or we can just keep with what I already
I mean, just leave the ones we have out. Just go from there. So Al Pacino is a hardworking man. Mm-hmm. Hardworking defense attorney. But, he's not one of those, like, high class, like, big time.
So he's like Matt Murdock, where he does, what he can.
Yeah, he does like small claim stuff. He's not a big guy. He makes a moderate living. He takes care of his people. He makes a moderate living. He's good at what he does. And he has a daughter named who happens to be Courtney Love.
Okay.
And this is during the time. It's a hard time to be Courtney Love. Because her boyfriend killed him. So no.
Oh, shit.
No,
Did she frame him? Did she actually kill him? And
it's
just frame
bleach. I don't know. It's in Bleach at this point. There's a lot of bleach in this movie. So it's just so stupid. As I said, he's a good defense attorney. He's an old guy. He worked civil rights back in the 60s. He helped fight for that. He wasn't on the Rosa Parks case, but he was on a bunch of other ones similar to that. So he's about social justice, and he's about fighting for the little guy and getting what needs to be done for those people. He has a daughter, Courtney Love. She is a rebel without a cause. She's all over like the real Courtney Love, so she really doesn't have to act that much in this. She's all over the place. She's fucking dudes, smoking weed, getting trashed.
She's doing it.
She still lives at home, but she's like in her 30s. Her life went nowhere. Sure enough, there is a conflict. And there's an issue because she starting to get her life together, you know. I would make her younger, but it's Courtney Love. So my initial idea was she couldn't go to war, but she's Courtney Love, so she's too old. The war isn't necessarily referring to an actual conflict of the United States and another country. The war is at home.
Between Courtney Love and Al Pacino, and her dad.
And Al Pacino.
So it's a family rivalry.
And their incestuous relation. No, I'm kidding. Ew. Al. No. The war is at home because the opening of this movie, Courtney Love is trashed. Her and her mom, she was so into taking her mom out for her birthday. Mm-hmm. Her mom says, we're too drunk. We need to get an Uber. Courtney Love's like, I don't even know where the fuck I am or what an Uber is. Her mom's like, how do I know that reference? I'm your mom. But Courtney Love, she's fucked up, man. She's gone. She doesn't even know what Uber is. She's so drunk. She says, I can drive. Come on. I've done a lot worse. I dated a grunge musician. I've done worse. So then, stupidly, her mom, because she didn't have Uber downloaded, she's like, we gotta go. We gotta do this. So they drive, and they get T-boned from the passenger side. Her mom dies.
Shit.
Courtney Love and her drunkenness. That was a disgusting burp.
It wasn't even a burp. It was like the buildup of one.
Yeah, that was
a
serious acid reflux. Al Pacino is like, you gotta go. You're going to rehab. Sensible woman. This is crazy. You're going to rehab. He's like, you gotta fucking get help, man. You just killed your fucking mom. He resents Courtney Love. He blames Courtney Love. It was her fault. He blames her for the death of their mom.
I'm not saying it was her fault, but it was.
It was. Also on the mom. She should know not to let Courtney Love drive. But, so, mom's dead. We get to the funeral. Al Pacino's like, you either you get your fucking life together and you get in rehab, or I'm throwing you on the streets.
Who plays the mom?
I have no idea. Sharon Stone. No, don't draw a name.
Okay.
It's an interracial relationship. It's Halle Berry.
Oh.
And Al Pacino. No, I'm kidding.
I'd see that.
No, it's Sharon Stone because she needs work, and but then she gets killed right away. So he's like, "You gotta go to rehab." She is like Amy Winehouse. She's like, "You're trying to make me go to rehab," and I'm like,
say,
"No." And but that's the war. And they go back and forth. Courtney Love finally goes to rehab. She meets her love interest in this movie in rehab, and it will be the guy who plays Richard in Silicon Valley. He's also in all those Verizon commercials now. You know what I'm talking about? The awkward dude. God, they're all awkward in that show.
Is it the guy from Talladega Nights that's like, no?
No, I'll show you. But
Okay.
he's a tweaker. He's in there for meth. So they meet in a rehab clinic. Hey, love is love, man.
This is the second movie you pitched about rehab. You did Thin White Line with Lindsay Lohan. And
Oh
Morgan
my God, I
Freeman.
totally forgot about that. Yeah, but this is where they meet. Well, if I would have known that, then I wouldn't have pitched this. But we've gone this far,
I don't. I mean, I'm into it.
and I can't stop her. Thomas Middleditch.
Sorry.
Name.
Let me see.
But every time you burp into the microphone, I'm gonna slap you.
Okay.
This guy falls in love with Courtney.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But make sure to put that picture up on the YouTube.
Yeah. Well,
For people at home that can't see him and don't necessarily know who he is. So she meets him there.
oh, dude, that's what takes so much time with these fucking videos. Is like every time we drop a name, do a reference.
Yeah.
I put that picture in there.
Yeah. John Lovitz.
Yes. And then when we have a special guest, I put their own silhouette of their face.
So anyway, yeah.
It's cool. Watch it.
He meets Thomas Middleditch.
Little dick.
Middleditch. And they fall in love. And
Oh, as you do as a fellow, addict.
the movie
in
kind of
rehab.
talks about her going through rehab. Then we undercut that with Al Pacino having the case of his fucking life. Because there was some sort of Black Lives Matter protest. And when his client was brutally beaten in one of these protests. It got out of hand, a cop beat him. He's defending the black kid.
Okay, I was gonna say, was it the black cop, white kid?
What? Swerve. So he's in a serious case with that. So that's undercutted in the movie. So that's another conflict. This movie's all about conflicts. Courtney Love, she can't love Thomas Middleditch loves her more. But she can't love him. Because they both love meth and booze too much.
Conflict of interest.
Yeah, there you go. And they can't fuck in a rehab clinic. So what are they gonna do?
You're probably addicted to sex too, so therefore
Can't fuck here. And so they try to work something out. They try to figure their lives out. They do. They fall in love. And then Courtney, the movie progresses 28 weeks later. She's fucking out of rehab. She's clean. Thomas Middleditch is clean. They're going to meet Al Pacino. They're going to talk to Dad. This is who I met. We're gonna get jobs. We're gonna get our lives back together. We're going back to school. But then
finds out that he's the cop that killed the black kid.
no, that's not my twist. She meets. Finally, things are going right. He is learning to forgive her, but she's cleaning up her life. He's starting to learn to forgive her for what happened, and he's trying to make things better. And he's in the middle of his case. Unfortunately, the case gets too out of hand, and there's another riot, another bad situation. Al Pacino gets shot by a cop. So Al Pacino is in serious condition. He's in the ICU. Courtney Love is there. But why are you doing John Cena?
Because you said you could see me. I see you, but you can't.
So then they don't think that Al Pacino is going to make it.
Damn.
And as he's dying, Courtney Love is like, I'm such a fuck up. I fucking ruined my life. I'm a shitty kid, whatever. And Al Pacino's like, you didn't fuck up. You didn't fuck up. It took me years to figure myself out. You're going to do all right, blah, blah, blah. And then she kisses him on the forehead. He dies, and that's kissing the world goodbye.
So
Al Pacino wins the
So what you're
Oscar.
saying is the war is just the fatherly rivalry between his daughter and himself.
The fight between...
And
There's many wars.
they finally resolve their conflict, and she kisses his forehead, and that's when she kisses
The war goodbye.
the war between them goodbye, because
Because they're all...
figuratively and literally,
Yeah.
sadness.
Also, there's multiple wars in this movie. There's the war with the Black Lives
The
Matter
war on
and
race.
the cops, and the war between Al Pacino and his daughter.
The
obviously.
war on addiction.
The war on addiction. There you go. That's your fucking movie.
Damn, I'd watch that shit.
Kissing the war.
All right. It's a Western.
It's a Western.
It's a Western, and is it a brothel? Is that where the lady
the hookers live?
Where, yeah.
Well, saloon, brothel, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a saloon.
Well, no, a saloon. Yeah, it's a saloon.
It's a saloon by.
Well, usually the setup is the bottom floor is the bar saloon area, and the top floor is the
Yeah.
brothel.
Where all the hookers live is upstairs, and
Yeah, that's
when
where
you get drunk, you go upstairs, you fuck. So Betty White owns the brothel.
Oh my god!
She's like the owner, whatever, of this brothel, right? And let's go. I'm gonna say.
Does Betty White get fucked in this movie?
You'll get to that. We'll get to that. So I'm gonna say Oklahoma. This is Oklahoma, and it's a western. So we get the red sand, red dirt, like the red sand,
river
shit, whatever. More ways than one.
I'm saying you can play so many jokes on that.
And so
comedy?
it's a romantic comedy. It's a rom-com. So
I'm already loving this.
So this is Betty White. She owns the brothel. She's got all these fucking sexy ass hookers walking around, And
Excuse me. Any other actresses you have in mind to play the hookers?
Shit, what's her name? She's in the she's in like one Fast. She's in Too Fast, Too Furious. She's
Eva
also
Mendes?
Sheila. Yeah, Eva Mendes. She's one.
She needs the work.
I'm gonna put Sophia Bush in as one of my hookers. The chick that played Lois Lane in Smallville. What's her last name's Durant or something like that.
Kevin Durant?
No.
Durant.
Anyway, she would also be one of my hookers. But Jack Nicholson is an outlaw. He is the lead. He's basically like kind of like
he's like Jesse James, like
kind of
the Kid kind of thing.
So he's like this like fucking just badass dude. Western 6 shooters.
Got like an eye patch and shit, like scars on.
He's got the eye patch. He's got the scruff. And his like I don't know exactly how I would say it, but like his cronies. You got
his gang.
Yeah. You got Clint Eastwood. He's kind of like the muscle in the gang, Clint Eastwood. And then you got
should make Clint Eastwood the saloon owner.
No, Betty White's the
I thought she owns the saloon and the brothel.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, I guess
They're her hooker.
No, I'm gonna make Clint Eastwood the quote unquote hero of the movie. So he's the owner of the saloon.
Oh,
he's the owner of the saloon. He's not the sheriff. Sheriff's out of town, so he's not even in this movie. So basically,
The sheriff didn't show up.
And Clint Eastwood, I guess you could say he's the honorary deputy of the town. So when the sheriff's gone, he's in charge. But he owns the saloon. That's his day job. That's what he does. And so you got Erica Durance. That's who plays in Smallville.
Oh, okay.
She's pretty hot.
I say I've watched like one season of Smallville. I keep being told I need to watch more. Oh, hello.
Yeah, she's pretty hot. Anyway, she's got the title sequence or whatever. She gives you those like fuck me eyes when she's like doing it. Anyway, I'm gonna put. I can't think of any like cronies, like gang members for Jack Nicholson right now. I was gonna say Burt Ward, but that'd be weird.
What the? Why are these just a bunch? This is
a bunch of random.
Why do you have this
characters.
geriatric fucking romantic
DC Comics
comedy western? I like it. I mean,
Yeah. So anyway,
what's the plot? What are we getting?
the plot is Jack Nicholson and his gang, his Rough Riders.
Of course,
They come rolling through Oklahoma. I'm gonna say this is Red River City.
Oh, so like a fictional.
Yeah, it's a fictional city, but it's called Red River City because like they're right next to a river that's running red.
Well, yeah, that's the Red River divides Oklahoma and Texas.
Yeah, so
fun fact.
So it's Red River City. She's owning this brothel. She is married. I'm gonna say she's married to Clint Eastwood's character, and he owns the saloon. So
little unholy union there.
Yeah. So they're together. Jack Nicholson and his Rough Riders come to the saloon in Red River City, and they're drinking. They're fucking drinking the bar dry, fucking dry.
It's a fucking bone,
and they're just raising hell,
right?
As Rough Riders do, yeah. So it's coming to, the closing time.
Closing time.
And Jack Nicholson is like, hey, I know who I want to take me home.
You should have that song played on piano in the saloon.
Like saloon style.
Yeah.
And anyway.
Suck a dick, Semisonic.
So Jack Nicholson goes upstairs and he's like, I want the best ladies for my men. Kind of thing. And so they all go into their separate rooms.
The eyebrows aren't.
And
he looks at a Lakers game. That's what you get. That's what you get.
And he's got his sunglasses on.
Well, it should be his eye patch.
Yeah, it's just his eye patch. But he gets all of his men, the best ladies in the brothel. And he's like talking to Betty White's character, and she's actually called Betty in this movie.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
And I want Clint Eastwood's character to be Carl, just cause
Carl.
And then I'm gonna name Jack Nicholson the Backdoor Bandit. And he goes into Betty White and he's like, I've had my eye on you all night.
Oh shit.
And so he's like, basically just calling her out, like saying, hey, there's something between us. Care to unzip it?
And she's like, I'm not one of my workers.
And she's like doing that whole thing of like
coyfully saying no. Like
she's saying that I provide it, I don't give it, kind of thing. And
she's like still flattered by his flirty.
Yeah. So then he respectfully accepts the denial. And he walks downstairs and he goes to Carl, who's cleaning up the bar.
Clint Eastwood, by the way.
And Clint Eastwood. And they're talking, whatever, and he's talking about how Betty is this perfect 10 out of 10. And
what a lady.
He says that he would give up the life of crime if he could settle down and finding a woman like that. And Carl, if you will, is all, yeah, she's 1 in a million, and doing all the like buddy bartender self-therapy type shit. And you
had the song 1 in a Million Girls play on.
Yeah. 1 in a million.
Because for whatever reason, the pianist never fucking left.
The pianist just, fucking knows the mood and the moment of the time.
Oh, I'll stay for a little bit longer, Carl.
He's like, hey, Carl, you want some company while you clean? And then,
it's a comedy, so you might as well play that up.
Yeah. And so Carl is like giving him all this advice, everything, and he's like saying, like, you could find that girl. You're not that old.
Compared to us, you're like 20.
And then,
get off my lawn.
And then
get out of my bar.
And then he leaves. Carl. Backdoor Bandit, Jack Nicholson leaves.
So him and his posse leave.
Yeah, so him and his posse leave because he's basically just chatting up Carl while his posse's fucking. So they like maybe 10, 15 minutes later.
Was he saving himself?
He didn't fuck a hooker because all of his men got all the hookers.
Okay.
Because there wasn't that many hookers. He didn't have that many men.
Sure.
And he wanted Betty, and she wasn't up for that. So it's closing time. They do their thing. They come down. They're ready to leave, and the backdoor bandit, which is Jack Nicholson, they leave.
Yeah.
Carl closes up, locks the doors, and then as the women are leaving to go home, well, I guess they live at the brothel. So it's Betty. She's leaving to go home with Carl. They so Carl leaves, and she says, "I'll meet you back at home."
Yeah.
Thing, and you see him ride off one direction on the wagon to the house. You see the Rough Riders. That's just my unofficial name for the gang.
Are they the Backdoor Bandits, or is it Backdoor Bandit or Backdoor Bandits the title?
Backdoor Bandits. Well, it's plural. They're the Backdoor Bandits.
Right.
And for lack of a better name, I'm just calling Jack the Backdoor Bandit. Okay. Like he's the Backdoor Bandit. And you see the bandits ride off in one direction. You see Carl load up the carriage to go the other direction. What you don't notice, only if you're really looking, is you don't see Jack on his horse. And then it pans over, and you see Betty locking up the back door, and Jack comes slowly up behind, caresses her face.
Jesus Christ!
And he says, "You're one in a million girls."
That's so stupid.
That's not real. You're
one in a million.
You're one in a million. You're on my bucket list.
And then he ends up fucking Betty White.
And she says,
Eastwood says, "Get off my wife."
but you don't see anything yet. So it's a thing of he comes up behind and
wait. So it's implied that Betty White cheats on Clint Eastwood to fuck Jack Nicholson.
Yes.
I don't like this movie
because
I don't like infidelity.
because she's dabbling in with the impurity of open sex because she owns a brothel. So she's like the whole, sex with whoever you want is okay as long as you're willing to pay the right price.
Oh my God.
But I'm not saying that Jack's going to pay for sex. I'm saying that.
But doesn't that make her better? Isn't that the point, that she won't go to that level?
Nah, dude.
But Jack seduced her?
Yeah.
This fucking movie.
That's like taking a red rose and wilting the petals, just tearing them off.
Whatever, man.
Because even the purest of things can be corrupted.
Continue, fucking.
Okay. So he goes up behind. She's closing the back door. See what I'm going with this? And
so stupid.
As one back door closes, another one opens.
Jesus Christ. Here, have a drink of this.
So he basically just seduces her enough to where he gets her into bed. And Jack and Betty are doing it. And Jack isn't... He's like...
He's not feeling it.
No, he's feeling it. Like, he's...
Oh, he's feeling it.
He's feeling it. But, he's got like a calling card. Kind of, much like a lot of bandits and people do.
Yeah, of course.
Like not Dumb and Dumber. Home Alone, where from being the wet bandits to the sticky bandits kind of thing, where they leave their calling card.
That should have been your title, Sticky Bandits.
Sticky Bandits. And
no,
because he's the back door bandit, he goes in the back door, and that's how.
So he fucks her in the butt.
He fucks her in the butt. It's anal. And Jack.
I like to see how this is still a comedy.
It's just because this is stupid. But Carl, she finally gets home and he's like, "Why did it take you so long? Did you get lucky?"
Take a drink. It's a strong margarita.
Wow.
Did you get lucky?
I got lucky. Okay, so he asks her, "Did you get lucky?" And he goes, huh, "Did you, bitch?"
Are you writing the dialogue, dude?
No, it's because do you feel lucky, huh? Do you punk? But because she's a woman, I said bitch.
Yeah, I got
whatever.
I got you.
I'm not saying that's like, word for word in the dialogue, but I'm saying I want that.
It's the West. It's the West.
Yeah, it's
different.
It's like when you're in Britain, you call a girl a cunt. It's okay.
Jesus. FYI, a disclaimer: you should never call a girl a cunt, just to cover you.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like,
It's more common.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but I'm just trying to say because I don't want any like SJWs out there going after Luke. Cause you're pitching a prostitute. You're pitching fucking Pretty Woman in the West.
Yeah, pretty much. So anyway, Clint Eastwood finds out. Carl,
does he know?
Carl finds out.
Does he?
Because she takes too long. Whatever. She tries to cover it up. So he's like.
By the way, I'm just trying to get the image of fucking Betty White getting fucked in the butt from Jack Nicholson
while wearing a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
And
she's saying like, yeah.
Anyway, Clint Eastwood, he knows something's up. Betty White gives him this fucking excuse of like, well, one of the girls, whatever, she had a problem. I took care of it. Yeah, the Red River was running. But, and so actually she got a new girl. She just got, did it for the first time.
Somehow
she was bought a virgin. And
she just bought a virgin.
Well, she hired her as a virgin. So she was the first
now we're dabbling in sex slavery.
Anyway, it was a lot of pain. There was blood. She had to take care of it. That was her excuse. So Carl's like, yeah, okay, I believe you, but he doesn't. He's like, I know something's up. Like that backdoor bandit stealing some shit from the back door. So he knows that there's something up. Next day.
So the next day, before we go any further, I just want to point out. Some way, somehow, this is unfaithful because Jack Nicholson is the younger guy.
Yeah.
Because they're both old as fuck.
Yeah. So Carl knows something's up. And so the next day they go to the saloon and backdoor bandit Jack Nicholson comes walking in. like a dog just marked his territory, like, hey, this is my shit. Literally and figuratively.
Oh my god.
And so they do this like whole
how many poop jokes are gonna be in this movie?
Same as the period jokes.
Oh god.
So it's a whole thing of like, she's mine. I'm gonna defend my honor and take my wife back.
Of course.
So they do pistols at high noon, and they do like a standoff in the town square, and they get the wah, wah, wah. And then you see the fucking tumbleweed go across, and then
is this directed by Clint Eastwood?
This is also directed by Clint Eastwood. And so they go off.
Sure.
And Jack shot first.
And
missed.
Betty White quips, just like last night.
Oh yeah. But
you gotta spice it up.
Okay, so they're going in for the Mexican standoff. Of
course.
And cue the music, wah wah wah, whatever.
Tumbleweed.
And you got Topher Grace, cameo, just comes in and he calls it out. He goes, "That's 10 paces. Fire!"
Why is Topher Grace a mustache twirling fucking vaudevillain? Fire!
Setting up the sequel, Jake. Setting up the sequel. He's basically the Monopoly guy.
Backdoor Bandits 2, Brownville.
Welcome to Brownville. Or take it to Browntown.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Brownville's a real city in Nebraska.
Anyway, he says that's 10 paces, fire. And as he says fire, Betty White comes running out of the brothel. It's like, no.
Oh, fuck.
Shots from both sides. Bang.
They killed
Bang.
Betty White?
Dead. She's dead.
Comedy.
It was a comedy. It's drama now. Torn by two lovers. One shot, two shots.
So, okay, what happens after Betty White dies?
They both run to her aid.
Of course.
And they're both like looking at each other like, oh my God. Can't believe we just did this over some pussy. And then
the show's so stupid.
And then they look into each other's eyes.
Of course.
Shout out to the LGBT.
Oh my God.
Jack and Clint.
Stop making gay movies.
I'm sorry.
No, they're not gonna.
No, they're not gonna be gay.
They're not gonna make it.
No, they settle their differences. So Carl goes back into the bar, pours a shot, and then backdoor bandit Jack comes in, orders a shot. They clink.
Okay.
Credits.
That's it.
That's it.
Well,
I was gonna, because it was backdoor bandits. I was gonna say they end up gay, and then it ends with them going in each other's back doors.
oh my God.
But that's just no. Anyway,
I want to put that quote on Twitter. What? I thought this was a comedy. It was. It's a drama now, dude.
it's a drama now, dude. Fire! That's 10 paces. Fire!
All right. We're going to keep this theme going for episode 6. This is... this has been Pitches and Shows. Which would you prefer to see, or would you want to see both? I have the kissing the war goodbye, the passionate drama about Al Pacino trying to reconnect with his alcoholic daughter, Courtney Love, and her meth-loving lover, Thomas Middleditch. Oh. Or the weirdly bizarre rom-com / drama
Western
of Jack Nicholson, Betty White, and Clint Eastwood, and their love triangle called Backdoor Bandits. Stay tuned, because the next episode we're going to do the same thing, and then who knows what we're going to do after that. Who knows when they'll do the show again. Maybe we'll take another 6 months break. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, leave your comments on what you thought was better, what you would add to our pitches and our shows and shit and all that. And like us on Facebook, 402 Films. Follow us on Twitter at 402 Films. And of course, this page is 402 Films. You should know where all this shit is. So thank you so much for listening. Luke, anything you'd like to say to the people?
Like it. Subscribe. Love it. Cheers.